Stream less, work on promotion more. It's a tough balance. It also depends what you're streaming. You know, like... Who's the hero to the right of Edium with a red dot by his portrait? Sorry, I can't tell you off the top of my head from here. So it comes down to, yeah, like what games you're streaming and why. I think the other thing too is you'll have good and bad days, and it's got nothing to do with you. You know, if we're talking just stream numbers wise, some of the worst advice that people put out, like if you want to get some really good some top quality bad advice, go watch any one of the hundreds of how to make it on Twitch YouTube videos by people that haven't made it on Twitch. Right? You know, I've been asked a whole bunch of times if I was ever going to do one of those, and I don't like to ever say never, but I am never going to do a how to make it on Twitch video. Right? One, because I haven't made it on Twitch. I got partnered, you know, and I'm proud of the accomplishment, but it's not a huge deal. Right? And there are people that aren't even partnered. They got affiliate, they have 3 subs, they've made a how to make it on Twitch video. Because, and this is really sad, on YouTube, it'll get a lot of initial views compared to any other YouTube video you put out. Because there's a lot of people that want to learn how to do really well on Twitch and do really well on YouTube that are willing to watch hundreds of really bad videos, hoping they can pick up some advice that's really good. So the how to do well on YouTube or how to do well on Twitch video is the ultimate clickbait title. And some of the top-notch bad advice you'll get, you know, when they talk about games to play, you know, there's the whole play what you want mantra, which, you know, sure, play what you want. But that's like going into any retail business and selling what you want, not what people want to buy.
Yeah.
You know, if you just want to stream because you just love hanging out and you want to have some very like-minded people pop in every now and then talk, totally play what you want. You know, if you do want to try and grow, you got to play what people want to watch. And if you find both, then that's really what's going to happen. Going into Twitch with the intention of making money sounds like the biggest recipe for disaster. A little bit. Like, it's a business though, right? You're allowed to... There's nothing wrong with wanting to start a business. Like, look at any startup. Their intention is to make some money. Now, whether it be someone who's making something like physical, or someone who's making music, or software developer, someone making some apps, someone... you know, with a trade, or going in blind to be a baker. You know, someone wants to do cake decorating. Someone wants to make candles. Like, everything that potentially is a business is probably going to be a bad idea, right? Small business is tough in every aspect of life. So that's the thing. If it's going to be a business, you've got to treat it like a business. You know, if it's going to be your side hustle, like Warmaster Khan, you know, makes RP weapons. LARP weapons? What's the proper term here, Warmaster? But didn't quit his job to do it. You know, didn't quit his life to do it. You know? But think of anyone that you know that has left their job, a profession, and gone and started a restaurant or a secondhand shop. Not a secondhand shop, like just some other shop, some retail store, or, you know, gone to work for themselves. Maybe an electrician that, you know, or any other trade that leaves a big company to have their own business. Like, all of that's risky. The difference with Twitch is that most people start up, there's no money output required. You can just, you know, you don't have to invest any money really. So that's the biggest thing, Two Curbs, you nailed it, is that it's like starting a business on a street where there is already 1,000 of those businesses within walking distance, if not more. So it could be really tough. It's like at the end of the, like in the second, well, not even second half, like the last quarter or sometimes a third if I go long with the stream. Like yesterday, when I swap over to play Tomb Raider, that's not what I would, if I wouldn't consider that work time. You know, that's, I've knocked off and now I'm gonna go home. Conveniently, I can walk over there and sit down in my home chair in the space of like 5 seconds. Right, and then I'm turning on my hobby stream. I play Tomb Raider on Tuesdays. Yeah. I wouldn't consider that work time. Alright, what do we actually... I'm gonna get at something that's gonna be very effective. You're an English teacher, you play a lot of story-based heavy dialogue games, so you do some sort of analysis or something?
A great time.
I think I could have done that without that guy. I don't think it matters. Did you get that mini yet, Warmaster Khan? The one from, the one of, I can't remember the site, but the one of you. Can't believe Tomb Raider is my actual choice of personal enjoyment game. I don't know why not, because I talk about how I love long series of games quite often. It's like being able to, I should have, yeah, doesn't matter. Plus, as someone who's been in game development for, I mean, if I want to get really technical, the best part of spanning now, okay, late 80s, started very late 80s, so let's count that as one decade, 90s, noughties, teens, and now in the 20s. So for the, if I'm stretching it, 5 parts of 5 decades, seeing where games come from, and then watching the maturation over them, especially now that there's a modern day one. You know, I love seeing that in games. From Hero Forge, yeah. Ah, I thought you'd actually ordered it. I was wanting to see a real life version. I know you actually kept still doing. So I can't really. I think that's a good, a nice little little hook angle you've got there, Mr. Set. But I can't. I wish I could offer something that could be how to use that. Whereas, like, but I didn't come up in Twitch from that sort of angle. You know, I grew a decent base viewership doing Arena in Hearthstone. I was able to, you know, consistently go 10 plus wins and occasionally get 12, which is nowhere near the top of the performers. You know, this is like 3-4 years ago. No, that's a lie. It was towards the top. It's not the very top. It wasn't the guys that you would see be able to get a 12 win every other day, and some people that would get a 12 win every day. You know, but you know, I could come close to getting. Sometimes I don't think I'd go too many individual weeks without winning 12, and I'd be able to go 10 plus, like 10 or 11, most days. Do a couple of arena runs, and that was good enough to, you know, show up and do 2 to 3 hours of stream a couple times a week to start building up people that wanted to come and watch. It was, you know, interest in the game, interest in doing strategy well. And then just from doing other various strategy games that were popular at the time, have people come to that. Slay the Spire really hit it off when, you know, Ascension, you know, doing Ascension 15 runs in a time slot where there wasn't too many other people playing, and then they expanded to Ascension 20, and less people were playing, you know, during that rotation. So I didn't have to do much self-promotion, which was good because I'm terrible at it. Whereas, you know, if you're doing your either a commentary on the dialogue or, I don't know the proper words to use it, you're going to have to use something to get people in to come and see that. Alright, dude. See when you're back.
Systems, check.
And I guess that's the same for anyone in any category of Twitch. You know, if you're gonna, if you're a really good shooter and you're gonna go play, what's the current shooter deal? I'm so out of the loop because I don't shooter. Let's go with, I mean, Counter-Strike's always on there. Warzone and Fortnite are still up the top. All right, so you're one of those, and you're really, really good. You know, and you publish some really awesome, because you're also a video person in as a profession, and you can edit up some absolutely beautiful, you know, best of compilation stuff. So you can get some stuff on YouTube and TikTok and Twitter. It doesn't matter. There's already thousands of people doing exactly that. Hey Adam Sims, how you doing? What do I want, chat? I've lost my line of thought. I don't think I ever had a line of thought. That dude's owning up. He's in there. Blue? I like blue. Yeah, that looks good. Googly eyes on the balloons. They're not bad. Go the same on that one, I think.
Eyes on that exit. Drone
Oh, he just leveled up and gave everyone camo after the camo got through. Oh well, at least he's there now. Stellaris? Yeah, so that was in a patch of time where I was just chilling with the stream. And I think that's really important as well. Unless you're able to play the same game forever and it's going to be popular forever. And I think if you tried to give an example of someone who did that, I can think of a couple. But I think a lot of ones that people would say aren't actually streaming the same game anymore.
Tracking MOAB.
Oh, those guys hurt. So we're going to need to do more than that to them. But yeah, branching out here and there to sort of... That's when it comes down to person as streamer, I think, more than anything. Yep, I think you just said exactly what I was going to get to. I think strategy games... I think if you were to do a how-to Twitch, not YouTube. I don't think this works YouTube. Could be wrong. Personal opinion on this one. I think if you were going to do the grind on Twitch and not hope that any game shoots through and gives you a boost, I think it's the strategy genre, like in general strategy. Because a lot of strategy games have long-term communities and players, so you've got more chance of just going through and picking up people that like you. You know, they go, hey, this guy's, whatever. I like his beard. I like his gameplay. I like his alert. Whatever that you like. Yeah, and some things like that grew, like the non-toxic stuff, or The problem is you got to look at like the market for toxic streamers. There's definitely market for that, but I think there's definitely games that are exclusive. I don't think you would struggle. I'm not saying it's impossible. I think you would struggle to be a toxic strategy game player. Maybe there are some games, but I think if you were just in general. Like if you were an extremely toxic Slay the Spire player, like how does that go being a rage monster? Yeah, there's always going to be an exception too. Like there's always going to be that person that did it. You're like, speaking to anyone in general, you're not that person. Were Dota and LoL strategy games? There's definitely a strategy in them, but they're not strategy games. And there's definitely some high-level strategy in those games, but they're not strategy games. But yeah, the best example, like Tyler 1, right? LOL Tyler 1. Is he still as ragey as he used to be? Like, I remember him from like 5 years ago, like, absolute rage machine, right? Or if anyone remembers Neville's from Hearthstone. Who couldn't keep it up because it was an act, just for Twitch, which worked, but he burnt out on it. because it's tough. Unless you're naturally like that, then it's just natural, right? Which is probably the, you know, you're either you act a part or you be yourself, and you act a part if you can act a part for the amount of time you need to, which is normally TV personalities. Yeah, character streamers. Well, not even like that's another one. Like you've got the character streamers, like Dr. Disrespect, right? Probably the one that most people know the most. Straight up character. How much of that persona is what's his name? Greg Boehm. In real life, it doesn't matter. It's just, well, it does for him because it's how you know, if it's someone that's more like your personality, it's probably easy to play that for hours a day, every day of the week. Whereas if it's something that you're not like in real life, it's going to be really hard to play that part for a really long time. House for drums. Kind of want to do stuff with this guy. Well, that's the thing, like, a lot of people speculated that that must have been closer to his personality purely because of the number of hours he was able to maintain the part. But one of the other things too that can help, you know, yeah, like the VTubers, you can maintain the part because you don't have to smile all the time, right? If your character's really smiley or really scowly, you've got to keep that face all the time. Whereas, like the sunglasses, the Ray-Bans, he didn't have to keep his eyes the way that he needed to be all the time. What's a VTuber? Virtual. Someone that's got like a something here instead of an actual camera. They have like an avatar on the screen. Oh, they don't have to be shy. Some people do it because whether they want to... There's a range of reasons, but one of them comes into physical appearance as well. You know, like part of the content creation thing, whether people want to agree with it or not, is physical appearance. If you've got a camera, it's the same as actors in TV shows or movies. You know, while for some people that it's not a big factor, you know, other people it's more of a factor. You know, for whatever decision, if someone says, look, I really want to have a go at this and I don't believe I fit a demographic, that doesn't make them any less or wrong to go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to either not have a camera or I'm going to use a virtual avatar or other things that can be done. It's really weird for me because, like I said, I started streaming with no intention of being a streamer. Like, it was just something I was doing. So my thought was, why not have the camera up there? If I was starting, that was something people have asked. If I was starting again now, would I have a camera? I don't know. I probably would because I like to do research on a lot of stuff, and I still do. I still watch all the clickbait videos on how to succeed on Twitch. Just in case someone does actually have a nice little, you know, tidbit of really good advice, and I go, wow, that's something I could use. It happens occasionally. You know, people are allowed to have original thoughts.
Yeah.
And sometimes they actually do. But, you know, it's probably one of the few things that is largely, I wouldn't say agreed upon, but it's just one of those things. Having a camera gives you a leg up. Because people, it's one of the things. People want to see who they're talking to, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I think you're right on that one. Since I've got this guy here, I might want to be able to get him to see behind it.
Tracking BAV.
Where I place this does matter because it gives the subs with squad sight, but the sight is so crap, it probably doesn't matter. And in fact, I probably don't want to place it somewhere where I could get a unit with better squad sight down there. Dolphin didn't start without a camera. Nope. Look at the sniper's range. That's the sniper's sight.
Drone power.
Leaking. What's the plan? Need better plan. I don't have the AoE after the thing. Okay. The plan is to win? That's a crap plan. Oh, actually, wait, no, that's a good plan. Yeah, Alk buff was pretty good. I think Alk buff could be a thing. I haven't had enough practice with the mortars. I've got to remember I've got two abilities that I could actually make use of that are really strong. Oh yeah, I know how to think of it, I just don't know what sort of punching power it has. Around 69, no leakies. The helicopter kind of struggles there, but it does really well when it hits that spot. Sort of around here. And in the back of it, it's going back and forth and knocking back both of the lines of Moab. I don't know, a little scared. Nah, 76, 78. The bad ones. Although I think 75 might have actually been worse for this setup. Yeah, 76 gets obliterated. You're not throwing it on him? Throw it on this guy. I'm out of range. That's a little too close. Alright, I need to... $78. Might want something you can't afford. It's kind of a tough deal, right? This is a really bad map for attack, though. Like they're all straight paths. Spike shooter? No, it's a really bad spike shooter path. There's no loops. Like this is the smallest loop in it. Right? That loop's too big. Everything else is just corner. So people look at stuff like that, and be like, "Oh, that's a corner." It's not. That's a straight path. You've got to look at the tracks as separate, like how they stand alone by themselves. You don't put attack on a straight line. Yeah. Best case scenario, you're getting a corner out of it. Like that's not very good use of a spike shooter. You can add another word to it. It's still the same thing. Yeah. No, he means the Maelstrom's the tack shooter. How much does it cost? I got 3,800. Oh, can I reach the... Okay, let's try to backseat a little less. I appreciate some advice here and there. I even gave a response. Okay, so they don't get the house.
Systems,
He did,
check.
he didn't. He got that, so he should be able to get that at least. Placement's just a little bit out on those ones.
Tracking COMG.
A bit of chat. Not quite the sub dream team we had, but you know, a different sub dream team. Monkey bucks and free play. Alright.
How stop?
The dream up below. Nonetheless, that's right. Does the picture mean anything on the victory screen? It's got something to do with you get an award for the type of play you were. Apparently that's Moab skilled. Yeah, I don't know. So we barely won, but we won nonetheless. Continue.